What's up, guys? Here for the Madden YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to pick up chunk yardage with a very unique playmaker trick. But before we get into the video, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you guys take the time to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the uploads coming your way here on the Madden YouTube channel. If you guys want to take your game to the next level in Madden 21, check out my strategy site, gridirongameplans.gg. Gridiron Game Plans is your one-stop source for all things competitive Madden. Every week in our Vault update, we take a look at the meta, or the most effective tactics available being used by pro players on the MCS circuit, breaking down not only how and why the pros do what they do, but most importantly, how you can counter those metas when you face them in online gameplay. On top of that, your subscription also includes any and every offensive and defensive game plan released on the website while your subscription is active. Currently speaking, I just released my Nickel 245 defensive game plan with the best pass rushing cocktail, gap shoots for all the popular power runs, and unique coverage rules from zone drops, man coverage, and also quarters and palms match to lock down the most popular passing metas that you face online each and every day. So head over to gridirongameplans.gg. $9.95 per month includes that 245 game plan and everything else on the website. Okay, guys, without further ado, let's get into today's video. I'm actually going to be showing you guys a tip that comes straight from the Gridiron Vault. This was something that was uploaded in January. So this is something that my customers have known on this website for a while, and it's a very, very useful playmaker trick. You can do this with or without the playmaker ability, which is what makes this really good. Obviously, it is a little bit better with the playmaker, but I would honestly say that speed is king for this tip to work. So what I'm going to do here is, obviously, we all know that there is the ability to put a backside receiver on a slant and, kind of playmaker him back to the outside. So I'll illustrate this against one step ahead. This is probably the most meta thing out there right now that you guys see consistently. It's just basically this, where you have a slant, and then if you have a playmaker, you playmaker it back to the other side of the field. Now, obviously, with this playmaker right here, you're going up against Stephon Gilmore, who is pretty talented. He's probably the best man coverage corner in Madden, but in particular, this is what most people tend to do against the one step ahead meta, is they just playmaker these slants. I'll do a few more just to get him out of the zone before we get into the actual tip here. But this ability is 4 AP on a receiver. There's receivers like Dion, I think Tyreek, Terry McLaurin, Steve Smith, and Mutt that get this. Obviously, if you guys are playing regs, Christian McCaffrey is the only player with the playmaker ability, which is why I put him out here at the receiver position. Now, today's tip is going to show you that one of the better and sneakier playmakers in the game is actually the smoke screen. With the main meta being that players are going to play one step ahead and they're not going to play deep halves over the top. Now, some players are in 3-3-5 wide, but with this meta, you're going to have the opportunity to basically key in on what the safety is doing. If the safety is playing any underneath zone like a hook, or if they drop out here to the sideline in a purple zone, you've got, the ability to run a one-play score over the top, or a chunk yardage playmaker. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you a trick that I like to use, and that's to put the receiver on a smoke screen, and I max protect. And what this is going to do is it's going to make the smoke screen the closest route to me. And when I go to playmaker, I'm going to flick the right stick up, and I'm also going to press up on the D-pad. That's just a me thing. I don't know if that actually does anything. I want them to run straight downfield. So you'll see what I'm kind of doing right here. I'm going to hit up and right on the D-pad, and then I'm just going to chuck this ball all the way over the top of this player for a rat catch. Now, obviously, with a guy like McCaffrey, that's, pretty good. You see right here, if we were to compare speeds, this is McCaffrey at 92 speed. And I want to say that Stephon Gilmore is pretty close to that, if not the same speed. Yeah, he's 92 speed as well. And he's got 94 excel and 94 agility. Let me double check the agility and excel on McCaffrey here while we're at it. And he's got 97 and 93. So his agility isn't as big a deal here. He's not really changing direction. He's just running in a straight line. So McCaffrey is 92, 93 for speed and excel, and Gilmore is 92, 94. So technically Gilmore in a straight line acceleration is faster than McCaffrey. So when we do this here, obviously now McCaffrey's in the zone. I wouldn't worry too much about that. I'm just, again, pressing the right stick up, and I'm holding up on the D-pad to try to make him run straight downfield. And this is going to make it so he can help get behind that guy. Now, obviously, if they have some of the, the route knockout abilities, this could be something of a concern to you. But typically speaking, after this playmaker, I just go ahead and hold on to the ball and then let it loose. And you see right here that you can get these racks right out behind this defensive back. Now, you don't necessarily have to have the playmaker ability. Let's go back to our depth chart here. When we actually take a look at the Panthers, they have a lot of good receiver speed. You'll notice that they've got Robbie Anderson, who comes in at 94-92. They've got DJ Moore at 93-93, and then they've got Curtis Samuel at 95-93. I'm actually going to put Curtis Samuel back in the game here since he is our fastest top-end speed receiver. So when I go back into this here, I'm going to put in, where's Curtis Samuel? I think he's there at the point. Yep, there he is. Let's put him in right here. Obviously, you can do whatever you want with McCaffrey. And go ahead and run this again. This is a great opportunity to remind you guys, this is a vault tip. This is something that my customers knew on Gridiron Game Plans over 2 months ago. And it's something that is very, very useful against purple zone meta or any man coverage where there's not a deep half over the top. As I mentioned, these are the types of things that I give to my customers. Obviously, I put them out on YouTube like 2 months later, just to kind of show off what you guys might have been missing out on. So if this is something that you really enjoy, make sure you go check out Gridiron Game Plans. Got all kinds of unique little tips like this. So now here with the playmaker, with the non-playmaker receiver rather, what we're going to be doing is the same thing. I'm going to press the right stick up and the D-pad up. And I just kind of feel like those 2 up pass leads really make sure that he runs straight forward. Sometimes they tend to drift to the sideline or drift over the middle to the post, and that's really not what you want. So kind of do this here up and on the D-pad. You see how he kind of broke to the inside? That's to me why I prefer the playmaker ability. It's a little bit more precise in terms of how it playmakers up the field. So I wanted to show the difference here. You still can't get this to work for sure. Again, you see right here, there he runs in a straight line, but you see how he kind of drifts towards that sideline? You can still get those catches over the top. You don't have to have the playmaker ability. Obviously in MUT, this isn't really an issue. Most of you probably do have the playmaker ability on Tyreek, who's 99 speed. So, you're going to get the McCaffrey results with the Tyreek speed in that regard. But obviously you see here that you could turn this into a one-play score. You just got to be really fine on your leads. Again, be as precise, pressing that stick up, and make sure you're pressing the D-pad up just for a little bit of insurance when you do this particular tip. Again, you see right here how he kind of breaks to the post. If you're not precise on your up lead on your stick, it can get you in trouble. But it is something that you can do with any player. You just got to really be careful. So again, you see right here, kind of again, he makes that cut over the middle. But if we don't get sacked right there, you do notice that he actually got a step behind Gilmore on this. So, towards the pass pro, you guys will get that short up for sure. But you see right here, he kind of cuts over the middle and then gets behind him. You see right here, if I had had time, he would have been able to run away from that lob for a rack on that play. So again here, go ahead and do this again. Just gonna do this up on the D-pad, up on the left stick. You see how he gets behind him, and it would have been a lob. Again, I'm getting shed every single time I go to throw this. Long story short, the playmaker is a far more precise way to lead them downfield. You can do this with anybody you want, but again, I think that you go get yourself a Tyreek Hill or whoever that can get 99 speed, you're going to be pretty much loving life with this particular tip. A lot harder without the playmaker ability, but still possible. So now what you guys are going to be able to do is be able to kind of realize, okay, well, I can't do my slant playmakers because maybe they're playing a purple zone or a hard flat behind it and they're spying over the middle, and I can't play making the slant upfield, but I know they're not playing a deep half over the top. This is the way that now you're going to be able to say, okay, well, let's go ahead and set up, bench pivot, which is this, and have our backside with a playmaker, and you can still go ahead and do that and lob it out over the top like that. You see how much easier it is with McCaffrey. It's just, he goes right away. He runs straight in the direction you press. I think that EA in general makes it so non-playmaker players aren't nearly as precise, which I understand the logic of, but this particular tip right here is absolutely money. If there's no deep half over the top, you're gonna be able to pick up like 20, 25, 30 yards on this. So that is today's video, guys. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you liked it, please go check out gridirongameplans.gg. This was something that was in our vault 2 months ago. Post all kinds of little tricks and tip type gems in there that don't ever hit the YouTube channel until later on. So if you like this video and you want to keep the game fresh for yourself, definitely head over to gridirongameplans.gg. I am actually currently working on my gun spread, or in typical the spread offense, and I'm starting off with the gun spread in that game plan. So that'll be my first installment. My plans are to drop that next week, and we'll be updating the spread game plan throughout the course of the rest of the year. This will be something that I think I'll be in for quite a while. So if you guys like this video, definitely head over there, give it a thumbs up. Any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, drop those below. We'll see you guys with the next one. Until then, this is Zayn. Get in the lab and good luck.